Okay, so I have an interesting notion here with the Qabalistic Golden Dawn style shuffling. As you can see in the opening of the key, is presented by Crowley and Book T from Mathers and Paul Foster Case and Cicero's. They all show you this stuff. Okay, so we cut the pack 3 times after we shuffle it. Of course, you could do an invocation. Cut the pack 3 times, which results in 4 different packs, right? This is Tetragrammaton, the 4 worlds. Okay, we got Yod, Absolute, Hey, Briah, Val, Yetzirah, Hey Final, Asaya. Okay. So I sometimes I'll throw these down and cut them, and then I'll flip them over, and whatever card I see, I think, okay, well, we're going to look at this in the aspect of Yod. We're going to look at it in the absolute, in the archetypal world of pure spirit, fire. Okay, so that's what I did. I did the same thing I usually do with that. Okay, and I'll do that for all 4 packs, because they touch on just about any aspect of all aspects of manifestation that there are, right? So anyway, we have Yod, we have the Father, we have fire, and that's going to be wands, and Father in the system that I use is knights. Sometimes we could say kings, and use princes down here, but in these decks, I use the knights, the guy on the horse. Okay, masculine, positive, Yod, fire, the archetypal world of pure spirit. It's absolute. It's the top world. It's before anything else happens, you have to have this causal thing happen. This archetypal world of pure spirit. So archetypal and causal. Okay. There, I came up with a water card. Cups, 6. Okay. Moving along. Second pack. Ended up with 3 of Wands. Okay. In the hay pack. Okay. The second pack. The mother. Think of the water. We're thinking mother. We're thinking queens. We're thinking Binah. The archetypal mother. Okay, cups. Water, it's cups. Feminine, negative. Okay, receptive. Negative, not in a bad way, just receptive. We're talking about polarities here. Hey, and water. And then as far as the worlds go, absolute comes down to Briah. Briah is the creative world. Okay, so we're thinking of creative and mental, because we have water for the emotional, mental type things, right? But also notice that I have a fire card here in water, just like I have a water card here in fire. Okay, we're gonna get on to that in a second. Going down. Now, when I drew these cards, I had the Roy de Denier in Val, the 3rd pack. Val, so that's air, okay? And that's the sun, the prince, the 4 princes, okay? And it's air, so it's going to be swords, okay? Again, masculine, positive, it's the sun. It's the sun of the archetypal father and the archetypal mother. Fire, water, we're going to have air after that birth, okay? The world is going to be Yetzirah. Okay, this guy here, Roy de Deniers, was on top. Okay, so we're going to have Yetzirah, the formative world. Yetzirah, formative world. So we're going to be looking at formative and astral aspects here in the 3rd pack. Okay, moving on to the final pack for a final, Earth, the daughter. This is the princesses, the daughters, the four princesses. Beings that it is a final in earth. We're looking at coins or discs, earth, whatever one you use, pentacles, okay, whatever it is, it's earth, okay. The world is going to be asa, and that is the material world, the physical, concrete world that we're in here. It's active, so we're looking at things that's something that's active and material, nasaya, okay? That's the way I've got it broken down, all right? So, as I went around and looked, I thought, you know, some of the problems I've been having with doing this like this. Now, I usually shuffle, I'll think about things, you know. I usually don't do an invocation for this unless I'm doing the opening of the key or a reading for somebody, and I'll do the invocations. But in this case, I just ask God to, my God, you know, to guide me via the cards or through the cards, with the cards, help me with the cards. You know, what do I need to pay attention to today? Focus on, consider, do to be a better man today, just for now, okay? Better grandfather, better father, better friend, you know, just a better human being. What do I need to focus on, okay? So I notice right away when I see this, okay, if I'm doing this and thinking of it in the Tetragrammaton and the elemental flow that we have fire, water, air, and earth. When I see a cup come up in fire, I automatically think, well, that's ill-dignified. So in absolute, cups, well, it could be weak. It's probably not going to be as strong and powerful. But then I got to thinking, well, wait a minute. Water, fire. What's the water of fire? Well, of course, it's the Queen of Wands. Okay? The Queen of Wands. So I went and I said, well, where's the Queen of Wands? And of course, the first pack I picked to find the Queen of Wands was the pack I was looking at. And sure enough, she was in there. She was in that first pack, in the Yod pack. Okay? So we had 6 of Cups here, and going with the Golden Dawn traditional thing from Book T all the way through Crowley to Paul Foster Case to the Ciceros, you know, on and on and on. These are pretty much the meanings that we used. And 6 of Cups, pleasure. Oh, it's Tiferet. It's Tiferet in Briah. Okay, Tiferet. Beauty in the creative world of Briah, the watery world of Briah. Okay, so it's pleasure. 6. Beauty, think of the sun, gold, 6 cups, okay? Pleasure, happiness, fulfillment of wishes, you know, good stuff. It's always a good cup. I mean, a good card. Okay, but it's ill-dignified here. So then I thought, well, wait a minute, water or fire? It's Queen of Wands, watery part of fire. So I decided I would pull it. Okay, so this is something that I'm working on. I don't know how it's going to work. And the Queen was in the absolute pack. Okay, same pack as the 6 of Cups. Okay, and then well, here's another thing here. Okay, now we have Wands, the 3 of Wands. Okay, 3 of Wands. So we're looking at Binah in the archetypal world of pure spirit, and you know, so we're looking at established strength. Let's see, 3 of Wands is going to be the sun, and if you want to get into the zodiacal aspects of it, it's going to be the sun in Aries. 6 of Cups is going to be the sun in Scorpio. Just, I don't want to get stuck too much on the zodiacal stuff, but I should actually. But okay, so established strength, self-assertion. But again, it's ill-dignified if you look at it from the standpoint of the hay pack, the mother, the queens, the cups, the feminine. This is more of a masculine thing here with the fire, the Aries, you know, the sun in Aries. That's pretty masculine. So I thought again, well, wait a minute now. Fiery part of water, the fiery part of water. Well, of course, it's going to be the Knight of Cups. Fiery part of water, fire of water. That's the Knight of Cups. Okay, so it's ill-dignified here, but in that formula, I'm able to pull some court cards. Okay, so now let's go on down, and let's go revisit this here, Yetzirah, the third pack, which is going to be the vowel pack, and when you look at it from the Tetragrammaton, it's the vowel pack. We had the Roy, the deniers, and for me, when I'm using this deck, the Roy is the prince. He's not seated on a chariot, but he is seated on a throne of some sort. So that means to me he is the prince. Okay. Also happens to be my my significator when I'm using court cards for my zodiacal signs. That's for my sun sign. The Prince of Pentacles or deniers or coins is my significator, and in the Golden Dawn decks or Crowley's decks, he would be seated upon a chariot, okay? The prince. So he was here. You'll see in a minute I needed him somewhere else. Okay, so again, here we go. We got, put it back here, we've got Earth. We've got Earth in air. Well, that's ill-dignified again. When you look at the elemental dignities in the Golden Dawn system, they don't get along too well. Just like, it weakens. In this case, this is going to weaken the Roy, or Prince, of deniers, okay? Sun, Prince, these are swords, masculine, positive again, vowel, and it's air. And air and earth are they don't play together too well. They're ill-dignified. Okay, so that's in the formative world. So we're looking at formative and astral again, the world of Yetzirah. Okay, but then when I got down to here at Hey Final, again we have swords now, 10 of swords of all things, in Hey Final. In the world of Vasaya, okay, and 10 would be Malkut, all the way down in the kingdom, okay, Malkut in the formative or an astral world of Yetzirah, right? So that's not a good place for the 10 swords. Not very good at all. But so anyway, we're looking at the Hey Final. We're looking at the daughter. We're looking at the princess, the princesses. We're looking at the coins, which is going to be Earth. Again, feminine, negative. It's the daughter. Okay. Hey Final, Earth, Asaya, the material world. We're looking at active and material in Asaya. So I had a problem because in order for me to come up with heir of Earth, I needed a prince of Earth, prince of deniers in this case, and he was already here. So I pulled him off, and I put him here. Okay? Now, in case you don't know, Ten of Wands is not a good card. It's never a good card. I don't care what anybody says. It's ruin, death, defeat, disruption. That's just a few of the things that we'd say about the Ten of Swords. I don't care whether you read it upside down or, whatever. The card in and of itself is an evil card. Okay, so I ended up with basically what would normally be the prince of coins or pentacles. So that was an interesting take. So now down here at the bottom, I've taken these dignities here, these elemental dignities, okay, water and fire, and transferred them over to the watery part of fire, Queen of Wands, Kabbalistic, okay? Now I've taken fire, 3 of Wands, in water, and said, okay, well, the fiery part of water in this system is the Knight, the guy on the horse of Cups, the fiery part of water, okay? The interesting thing is that when I pulled the Roi de Deniers, or in this case, the Prince of Coins, Prince of Earth, Heir of Earth, the Magician was revealed in Yetzirah, in Vol, as the Prince, the Swords, the masculine, positive. So this could go on and on and on and on. In the formative and astral, that's a good card there, Mercury. In Gold Dawn, he represents he's Mercury. Okay? One of the 7 double letters, Faith, House. Okay? So that was very interesting. I like that. Now this could go on and on. I'm going to stop with it here. 16 something in, and I'm going to stop. So that kind of changes that dynamic a little bit. But I thought it was an interesting idea, especially if you're looking for, like Crowley said, the behavior of the tarot, and he talked about the debutante. And it's one thing to know about these characters, particularly the court cards. It's another thing to know these characters, these 16 characters, just speaking on the court cards. Of course we're going to know all of them. But it's one thing to, like, literally have a relationship with these courts. And I think that this is going to be a fine way to get to know these royals a little bit better. So anyway, it's just a little tarot tip, an idea for you if you're looking for something new. You're tired of the Celtic Cross, you're tired of practicing the all-day spread, or the opening of the key, or the Golden Dawn spread, or looking, the latest love spread. If you're getting tired of that, getting tired of memorizing the 32 paths and which card goes on the 16th path, or and you're getting tired of all that for a little while, and the alphabet, the alphabet, and how it all fits together with this, that, and the other, and the colors, the color scales, and all that. You're getting tired of all that. This might be something you'd be interested in. It might open some things up for you. Just an idea, something to try out if you're interested. If you ain't, you ain't. Just that simple. But I thought it was pretty interesting, and I had a little bit of fun with it. And I'm gonna go ahead and when I do this Tetragrammaton spread, basically, which is like the beginning of the opening of the key, where you would find your significator in a pack, and of course, Querent's not supposed to tell you the question. You're supposed to find the significator in the pack, and usually when that happens, it's an instant flash of intuition, and whenever I pay attention to that, I have a lot better odds of getting it right. If I stop and think, then it's gone. It's gone. I've missed the intuitive flash. So when I practice that, I'll do this a lot. I'll practice trying to find the significator in the in which pack it's in, and then sometimes I'll just flip the whole pack over and just read based off of the Tetragrammaton the elements, the four worlds, the father aspect, the mother aspect, the son aspect, the daughter aspect, and then of course we'll mix in the zodiacal attributions to each card. And I'll start formulating things just for practice. And of course I usually have a diagram of the tree of life out, and oh, 6 cups. Oh, let's see, that's Tiferet. Let's see, it's Scorpio, central decade of Scorpio, second decade, which at the sun in Scorpio. Yep, fixed sign, fixed water, cherubic. I'll do things like that. Here's the Bape or the Hierophant 5. Let's see, that connects Hokmah and Hesed. So let's see, that's going to be the wisdom of mercy, or the mercy of wisdom, Val, the nail. Okay, and I'll go through it. Taurus, what rules Taurus? Venus. Well, that's the Empress. Or could it be Netzach, the seventh emanation, which is Venus? So that's how my mind works with it. But this was kind of interesting, and I'll read them through like that. But adding the court cards in when you can with different with using elemental dignities was an interesting take. And then if you have a situation where he's on top of a pack and you need him somewhere else and you pull him off, and now you've got another card. You got it. Well, now we have a magician or Le Batteur here. Anyway, hopefully anybody that watches this will get something out of it. And hope you're having a great time wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. And best wishes in all your endeavors.